Five, four, three, two, one. What is up? Gear Squad, Chaingear here, bringing you another video. It is late. It is 9:50. I do not usually stream this late. I don't usually stream like this in general, but I had to chat with you guys. I already see the notification gang coming in strong right now. Gear Squad, Jordan is life. I go Blats. Oh my Oki. I got a lot of people that I want to talk to you. I want to chat with you guys. As you guys can see, we're talking about a pretty deep topic today. Again, a topic I don't usually talk about. There should be some music in the background so we can kind of just hang out and chill with this late night stream, just chilling with you guys. I believe the music should be on. Let me know what you guys think about the audio and things like that. I want to make sure everything is right. But I really do appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out tonight. And if you guys are watching this late, like if you guys are watching this as a YouTube video later, thanks for watching that too. I love to chat with people. I love to talk to you guys about what's going on. And there's a lot going on currently. There's definitely a lot of things going on currently in the YouTube sphere. So I did want to make sure that my audio is good. I want to make sure all of that sounds good. So if you guys can let me know in the chat, obviously not in the comment section if you guys are watching this later. But I actually don't hear anything right now in my headphones. So, but yeah, we'll figure out what's going on. Guys, I want to talk to you about something crazy. So if you guys know, there's a guy named PewDiePie. PewDiePie is, oh boy. PewDiePie is a YouTuber, huge YouTuber, biggest YouTuber on the platform. I think he has like 57 million or something like that subscribers. Actually, you know what? I might as well look it up. PewDiePie. Let's see how many YouTube subscribers he has. He's got 57 million subscribers. He's huge. But yeah, it's crazy. And he's a YouTuber that makes a lot of content. He usually does like Let's Plays and things like that, which is cool. Let's Plays. I'm not a huge fan of Let's Plays. I don't really like watching other people play games. I like interacting with people while they're playing games. That's fine, but I don't like just watching Let's Plays. But I understand that's chill. You know what I'm saying? And so he does that. He does a lot of commentary. He does some other videos as well. Recently, he came under fire by the media, by just people, because he was using a lot of Nazi jokes. So he would make a joke. He'd be like, "Man, this group they're like Nazis," and then he would do like, he would make a joke about basically Nazi propaganda and things like that. I think that's a little crazy in terms of, I think it was dumb that he did that, but I don't really care all that much. I'm also not Jewish, so maybe I don't get as offended by that kind of stuff. I really don't know. I can't really speak too much about it. I can, but I don't really have that much of a thought on it. People make jokes like that. Whatever. But he went under fire quite a lot. And I don't think it really messed with his popularity. I think he probably got more popular because of it. Just because people now knew about him who maybe didn't. He became a kind of a household name in some ways. But anyway, I think a lot of it is a misunderstanding, right? A lot of people, there's a lot of racial tendency right now. So I think it's a little crazy. But anyway, a lot of people don't care about that. What happened recently was today. I heard I literally was at work and I was going to the bathroom, as humans do. And when I go to the bathroom, I scroll through Twitter. That's what I do, right? I check out what's going on in Destiny, what's going on in Lawbreakers, and all these other things in the PlayStation world or whatever. But I saw a video of him saying the N-word. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm black. And I don't really use the N-word. I haven't used the N-word in years. If I do use the N-word, I use it with my family to talk about the N-word. I haven't talked about the N-word in a long time. Maybe I'll use it with my friend Ballistic Phoenix. He's also black, and we'll talk about it. And usually it's literally a constructive conversation about the word and what matters and what doesn't, right? And so usually that's in the context. I sing a lot, I rap a lot. As in I just listen to rap and I hip hop, and and they obviously use it a lot as well. So, you know, I think about it a lot. I don't usually rap it though when it comes up, especially when I'm in the presence of people that aren't black. So when I listen to some of my favorite rap music and they say the N-word, I usually, you know, censor myself or whatever. And I have a weird relationship with the N-word. I was called the N-word when I was young. I grew up in a predominantly white area when I was young, and I got called the N-word, among other things. And so, yeah, I get, you know, I definitely get offended by it. I definitely have a bizarre relationship with it. But, you know, I don't know if I have a general understanding of how I feel about it overall, right? It gets me upset, but, you know, whatever. You know, mostly when I've been called the N-word, it was by white people. But I've also had black people call me the N-word in a friendly manner, right? And I'm not part of that camp that's like only black people can say the N-word, because I don't even really say it. I think for older people, it has a really terrible connotation to it. I think to younger people, you know, a lot of black people tried to reclaim that word, right? If you guys know what I mean by that, like you try and reclaim the word as in like, you know, you've been called something negative your whole life, and so you take it, and you're like, no, this is my word now. You know, which I kind of understand as well. But here's my point, right? I was thinking about this a lot, and so I watched this video, and y'all know, if y'all saw this video, PewDiePie said the N-word like he said it, like he's always said it. Like, I don't say the N-word. When I get real mad in video games, I've never said the N-word like that. Like, I've never even seen my friends say the N-word like that. I've got friends that get really mad at video games. I've never seen somebody say that. I've heard little kids say it on the internet, don't get me wrong. I mean, I play Call of Duty, which is crazy, you know? Like, I mean, that stuff's crazy, but I don't like it when people say the N-word like that. This dude said it, literally. PewDiePie said it like he'd been saying it for years. And I was like, like two people to be mean. And that just really blew my mind. I was sitting there like, PewDiePie, come on, dog. Like, why are you doing that? Like, why would you do that? Like, what went through your mind to say that word? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be honest, right? And I'm gonna be like, okay, whatever, PewDiePie, whatever, dude. You're dumb. I'm not subscribed to him anyway. I don't watch his content. I don't really like his stuff anyway. And I'm just like, all in all, I'm like, PewDiePie, you were dumb. Also, if people in the chat are trying to say the N-word, I have it blocked, so you'll have to say N-word. So Jordan, I know you have some ideas and thoughts in there. You'll have to change it and things like that. But you know, I've had people say the N-word to me. I've had friends say the N-word to me, and I've played Blacklight, you know what I'm saying? And I've had people say the N-word to me who aren't black, who are black. And I usually tell them, hey, man, don't use that word around me. I'm not cool with it. And they usually say, oh, okay. Okay, fine, never mind, I'm sorry, right? People are respectful like that. But I just can't believe he said that. I can't believe he said it like that. But anyway, okay, so I hope we're all on the same page. PewDiePie shouldn't have said it. It was messed up. That was wrong. But I'll tell you what really pisses me off. What pisses me off is when people tell me that he's not racist for saying it. That pisses me off. Like, I'm not saying PewDiePie hates black people. Like, I'm not saying PewDiePie goes around and he's like, yo, black people are inferior. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when someone says the N-word, right? When I'm online and I'm playing a video game and someone goes, oh, I just killed you, you N-word. You know, if I'm white on the other end, I'm probably just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll probably be like, yo, this guy, like, whatever. If I'm white, right? Because it doesn't affect me. Like, it doesn't offend me. Like, the N-word doesn't offend me in any way. It's like if someone called me a cracker, right? I'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, that just doesn't offend me in any way, shape, or form. Like, that's just funny. But if you say it to a black person, it could be offensive, right? It might not. Some people may not get mad about it, but it could be. And so when we use a word like the N-word, the only people that can get offended by it are black people. Who else is going to get offended by it? Not white people. You know, not Hispanic people aren't going to be mad about it. So that's the kind of stuff that I think is just crazy. You know, like, people are like, nah, man, like, PewDiePie's not racist. I was like, no, dog, that is racist. When you say the N-word to be mean, that's racist. I'm not saying he's racist all the time. I'm not saying he's racist 24/7, but in general, yeah, the dude's racist. What he did was racist. He said something to offend somebody, and the N-word doesn't offend anybody but black people. He has used that word. He had to. He had to sit there and go like, oh, like the N-word. oh, like, who does that, like, it just doesn't offend anybody. So I wanted to sit here and talk to you guys, like, aside from black people. So I wanted to go ahead and just chat with you guys about what was going on. If you guys are, watching this on YouTube, that's basically my thoughts on it. But I want to do some Q&A, chat with you guys, think what you guys think about it. So I've already been reading the chat right now. I got a lot of people in here. We got Assassin, we got I Go Blacks, we got Jordan Is Life, and all you guys in here. So I appreciate it. Adrian says that's a double standard, Chain, I think. Adrian, what do you mean? What do you think is a double standard? Because the way I'm looking at it is, I'm looking at it pretty evenly, right? Like, the N-word only affects certain people. It's like if I call a skinny person fat. That doesn't offend no skinny person. You know what I'm saying? If I go to the skinniest person ever and I go over and I'm like, hey, man, you so fat. The skinny person's gonna be like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not. Like, if I go to an athlete and I'm like, yo, man, you're so overweight. You fatty. Stop eating donuts. Man, that guy's gonna be like, what are you talking about? This doesn't offend me at all. I'm not fat. I'm an athlete. But if you go to an overweight person, you start making fun of their weight, you're just mean, right? Now, if you're on the internet saying something to a rando, you're hoping that it offends them some way, shape, or form, right? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? So like it only can affect someone. Like, I think it's crazy. I just think it's crazy. All right. Anyway, dang, you finally said my name right. I Go Blacks. I got you. Assassin says it does chain an anorexic person. Okay, I got you. So perfect. Assassin, you got me, bruh. Right? If a skinny person, right, somebody can be offended, right? And the idea is if I start throwing out random slurs on the internet, it is to offend someone. It is to be mean, right? And it's only going to affect a certain amount of people, right? Anorexic people, maybe not anorexic people, like, anorexic people, bulimic people that have issues with their size, right? Athletic people usually don't have that issue, right? But people who do are going to get offended by it. Who does the N-word affect? No one but black people. Who else is going to get offended by that word? Nobody. Unless a white person feels offended for me. Like, who else is going to get offended by it? I just think that's kind of crazy. Neon Skittles says, sup, Chain, I get you. I appreciate it, Neon Skittles. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. Chain, the thing is, here goes Lenzy or Lens. Chain, the thing is, I don't think PewDiePie said it to hurt anyone. I think it was the first word that went in his mind when he got frustrated. That's a good point. I hear a lot of people saying that recently. A lot of people have been saying, okay, well, listen, PewDiePie didn't say that to be racist. But why was that the only thing that popped in his mind? I don't say that word, right? When I get mad, I don't do that. First of all, I have self-control. So maybe he has anger issues. But why did the N-word come up, right? And even let's say he didn't mean that, again, the N-word only affects specific people. Even if he wasn't trying to be mean to someone with the but with the N-word, he still used it. It was still a racial slur, which makes that slur racist, which makes him saying it racist. I'm not saying he is a full-time I hate black people racist, but listen to the way he said that word. Listen to the clip. Unless for some reason you're gonna get really sensitive about it. Listen to him say. He said it like I'd never heard. I've definitely heard people say it, but it sounded like he really meant it. Adrian, you said, let's say when people call me a cracker, it doesn't offend me, but when they call me a beaner, it might. I don't know what that means. Like you only care when it happens to you, and basically it's just a double standard. I don't necessarily understand that. I'll be honest. Like Adrian, like you may not be upset if I call you a cracker, but my point is, I don't understand. I don't necessarily understand. I don't know if I understand what you're saying. I think what my point is that people will get offended. Like a group of people can be like, again, I'll use fat, right? If I say that someone's fat on the internet, it may not affect somebody, but the only people it can affect are people that are affected by the idea of weight, right? So either anorexic people, bulimic people, or fat people, right? So that's messed up, right? You're trying to hurt somebody. Like, that's the idea. When you get mad, you're trying to explicitly hurt somebody by just blurting out a word. He said, you N-word. He didn't say, N-word. He said, this N-word right here. I mean, not exactly those words, but he was like, this N-word. You N-word. Like, You release your anger by saying a racial slur that's been like, do you not know the history behind that? Does that not affect you? Do you just not care? I mean, and maybe you don't. Maybe you don't. I think that's racist, bro. Yeah, I think that's messed up. I'm trying to scroll up a little bit to read some more of what you guys are saying. The Hunter, it came up first because he says it daily. Hunter, thank you. That's what I'm saying, homie. Like, it came up. That's the first thing you thought of? You must say it on a daily basis. He was like, you N-word. You know, he was like, you said it. He just said it. And I was like, whoa, man, that's messed up. Assassin says, he says a lot of things. He sees it as a meme. Look at iDubbbz and the way he uses it. I don't like the fact that iDubbbz uses it either, but I don't like his content either. But he never, PewDiePie doesn't say this. I mean, PewDiePie apologized. PewDiePie said, you N-word, a-hole, sorry. Like, he knew he messed up. And again, I'm not trying to say that, like, I hate PewDiePie. He made a mistake. People make mistakes. People say he said the N-word, and he probably feels bad about it. I hope he does. I hope he comes out and he says he's sorry for it. I'll accept his apology, but I just don't like it when people are saying it's not racist. I just don't like when people are like, oh, he's fine. He messed up. Can we just acknowledge the fact that he screwed up and then let him acknowledge the fact that he screwed up and apologize, and then we can move on? People keep telling me it's 2017, move on. No, let him apologize, then we can move on. Why do I have to be okay with him saying something racist? Why do I have to be, when I hear him say that word and I'm like, why would you say that? I'm not even trying to get offended. I'm just saying, like, that's not nice. Yeah, whatever, man. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to be as calm and collected as possible. Look, I don't think it was racist. He said it very aggressively, and it was very mad hateful. I don't think it was racist. He said it very aggressively, and it was very mad hateful. Wait, what? How is that not racist? Adrian, I get what I'm looking for is why is he not racist, right? Like, what's making it not racist? I'm not saying he's full-time racist, right? I'm just saying what he did was a racist thing. That's all I'm trying to say. Jordan is life saying, everybody stop and hit that like button. I appreciate you, dog. Shane, have you ever raged and said the most random thing and you didn't care what you said? No, I haven't. I've never done that. I've always had really good self-control, but I understand that people do. You know what I'm saying? I understand that people do say it. And when people do say things like that, you have to think about the repercussions of what it might have to people like me who may actually get offended by it. And if you don't care, then you don't care. And I just think that you're a bad person and we can all move on. But if you do care, like if he says, I'm not sorry, great. I don't like you anymore and I'm done, right? Freedom of speech, say whatever you want, dog. But I also can hate you for it. I cannot like you for that. That word offends me. I'm trying to come to grips with that word. I don't say the N-word because I have an issue with it personally. I'm trying to come to grips with it because it actually affects me and the people who are like me, not PewDiePie. It doesn't affect him. He's a Swedish dude. The N-word has never affected him. It never will. Well, maybe it will today, but Chain, you have to look at the point that this generation says the N-word a lot. Even though they're not black. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that people say the N-word, but they don't have 57 million people watching their content who mostly are young kids. If the next generation comes up saying the N-word over and over again, sure, man, whatever. Say whatever y'all want. If you black kids are saying it with your white friends are saying it with your black friends, fine. But that doesn't mean that random, let's say you have a young kid, right? Let's say you have a kid who's 13 and he's black, and you have another kid who's 13 and he's white. And the black kid says the N-word around the white kid, and the white kid says the N-word around the black kid, and they're okay with it. That doesn't mean that white kid cannot come up to me and start saying it, because I don't know him. It's the same thing if I have a fat friend, and I make fat jokes with my fat friend, and then he comes up, and then all of a sudden I go up to a new fat person, and I'm like, hey, what's up, fatty? That fat guy, that doesn't mean that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if the generation makes it okay. That word has connotation to people. Why would you just, like, who cares if all of a sudden, like, it's just called respect. That's what I think is the issue, is that people, you can say whatever you want, but like, you don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel like that's a little crazy. All right, I'm scrolling down a little bit more. Sorry, guys. I'm holding on. I'm holding on to a couple things. So let me slow down. I have the Nibba pass though. So Lens Z. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, some people have the pass, right? Some people who aren't black get the pass from their black friends to say the N-word. Cool, say it to them. Say it to them. Don't say it to me. Don't say it to the internet. Don't say it to the world. I don't need to hear your rude words. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't feel that, iDubbbz says the N-word and he says it unapologetically and I don't like him for that. And that's it. I don't have to like him, and I don't. So that's the end of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, the video game industry is so toxic. Like Overwatch, League of Legends, PUBG, apparently. People are so not nice. They're always mean to each other. They get so angry, and they just start saying terrible things. You know, we gotta come together, guys. Like, we gotta be nice to each other. In sports, you just don't see that as much. Why? Because there are coaches, and there's an industry around it, around the competitive scene, and so you get taught not to do those things. You get taught to have sportsmanship, and I believe that we need to learn to do the same thing as a community, and we're just not doing it. Adrian says, I don't think it's racist. I don't think it's as racist, and I know you're saying he isn't a full-time racist. I don't think it was racist because I would like to believe he isn't saying it as a racial slur, but as an equivalent to a-hole. I don't understand that. Who cares? He should have just said a-hole. It's not an equivalent, right? If you say a-hole, who does that offend? Nobody. Or everybody, right? It doesn't exclude or pick a specific people, right? If you say a-hole, everybody's got an a-hole, right? Everybody's got a butt. Everybody's got a butthole. And a-hole is just saying, hey, you're being not nice. It's just a random kind of word that doesn't have many feelings and emotions attached to it to a specific group of people, right? But the N-word has so much more connotation to it. That is new. It's newer, right? Like, even like a-hole, I don't know when that started being said, but I mean, you know, ask my parents. Ask me. I've had white people meaning to be mean to me, to demean me and say the N-word. I've had it happen. I've had adults say it to me. Like, that's crazy. Adults have said the N-word to my sister. Like, grown teachers have come to my sister and said the N-word to make her, to belittle her. That's crazy. That's nuts. Like, to me, and people still think it's cool. He's not young. He's not a little kid. You know, he didn't grow up with people saying the N-word and it was cool. He knows that hurts people. I think that's crazy, man. I think that's crazy. I'm not saying we should crucify him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that we should definitely acknowledge the fact that he's wrong and then just move on. All right, cool. Assassin. Lens says, I get what you mean, Chain, but like, why is that only to the N-word? Why not the B word? Doesn't that target females? Oh, Lenzy, I'm glad that you pointed on this. So the B word, right? I don't really say that word that much either. That's one of those words where I'm like, I don't know, man. That word. Is there any word that you guys can think of? Don't actually say it in the chat because it's going to block you. So instead, like, maybe spell it differently or something like that. But is there any word that you can think of that's derogatory against, against men, right? Is there anything that you can point at men and be like, you something? Like, if I say you dick, like, that doesn't hurt me. I don't care. You know, like, there's nothing, I can't think of any male derogatory term. There are tons of female derogatory terms. The B word, the C word, you know, you can literally say, stop being a female, stop being a little girl, stop being all on your feelings and crying like a little, whatever, right? Because if I say something to a woman, if I say something about you being lesser than a man, which in a lot of people think is being a woman, it hurts your feelings apparently, which is crazy. So I don't say the B word either, but I also understand that it has a different connotation and we've been growing towards it. And so, it's a little bit different. I'm just saying for me as a black person that really bothers me. That's all I'm saying. So see, I see people trying to say words right now and I see that. Len Z mentioned a word that's derogatory for gay people. And yeah, I completely agree. The F word, if you will, it targets gay people, right? It doesn't target just men specifically. I mean, it does. It targets gay men. But look, I'm not trying to get into this big thing about, like, I don't know, what should or shouldn't be said, sexism, racism, and all this stuff. But let me just be real. Like, the people, there's nothing I can call like if I want to try and offend white people, that's really difficult. And I'm talking about white people, right? Like, as a whole, which I would never do. Like, I don't have any issue with white people overall. I have no issue. All my friends are white. Like, I got one black friend, like, who I'm really close with. But like, for when it comes to, white people, it's hard to offend them by their race specifically, right? When it comes to men, you cannot offend me by my manhood. It is impossible. You can belittle my manhood, and that will make me feel worse, right? You can be like, oh, you're not a man because this or that, like, you know, all this stuff. Like, that's, you know, like, how, like, yeah, but you can't hurt me as for being a man or being white. Yo, that's not gonna happen. Like, you know, but you know, okay, so people are telling me that I'm wrong. Assassin, please tell me how you can offend me for being a man. I guarantee you there's no way to do it. I guarantee there's no way. Assassin, you're talking about, so you're saying Russians, Jewish people, Siberians all have insults. I'm not talking about their ethnicities. I'm talking about their race. Me being black isn't an ethnicity. Black is not ethnicity, it's a race. Russian, Serbian, Italian, those are ethnicities. I can offend you for your ethnicity. I can do that. I can find a way to do that. That's messed up. You shouldn't do that. But your race? I can't make fun of you for your race. You know, like that race is and I'm not trying to get crazy in here, but I'm going to try and get there. You know, black and white is a social construct. It's a thing that people just made up to keep people in boxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, white people are better than black people, right? That was literally not that long ago, right? Not that long ago was there segregation based on white and black, not based on your ethnicity, not based on Italian and all these other things, right? Instead, it was literally about your race. So I think that's crazy. Adrian goes, you disgusting cis white male. See, like, people like that's new, right? Like, people say that. You know why people say that? Because people have been downtrodden for so long, right? If I'm a black trans woman or something like that, like, I understand why people get mad. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm not gonna sit there. I can say that's not gonna offend you. If I call you cis white male, that's just fact. Like, what you can get mad because I called you cis white male? Like, that doesn't offend anybody. I'm just telling you what it is. Disgusting is the word that might offend you, right? But it has nothing to do with you. You know, I'm just saying. Sissy is another thing that's making fun of, saying that you are more womanly, right? Like, the word cis is in there, like S-I-S, which is supposed to be like sister. Why are you acting like a sissy, like a girl, right? That's messed up. That has nothing to do with like a, you know, being, I mean, that's again, that's another derogatory term for men by relating them to women, which is just wrong. Goat, what's good? Sup Chain, thought I'd hop in here for a few. Been here for a few. I totally agree with you. I'm the whitest person I know, and I would never insult anyone on who they are. We're all people, peace. Goat, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Seriously, see? So like, Goat, I'm with you. Why can't we just respect each other? That's the part I'm trying to get at. Like, why would you make fun of somebody for their gender? Why would you make fun of somebody for their race? Why would you make fun of somebody? Why are we using those words specifically? You can make fun of somebody in so many ways. I'd rather you, if you're gonna come at me, right? If you're gonna come at me, I'd rather you use generic things that make fun of me. But of course, that's not the point, right? The point is to actually hurt my feelings. That's the problem with the gaming industry. The gaming community, not the industry, the community. People actually wanna hurt people, and that's messed up. People actually wanna hurt people's feelings, and I think that's crazy. Adrian says I'm a bipolar attack helicopter. I've seen that video. If someone called me N-word, I'd say, what's up, my N-word? But N-word with an R at the end instead of an A is a different thing to me. Hunter, see, for you, you have your own feelings about the N-word, and that's totally cool. And that's why people shouldn't say it, right? Because you have your own feelings about it. I have a different feeling. I don't like it when anyone says the N-word, which is why no one should just say it, right? You should really think about it before you say a word like that. You know, I'm just saying. So many comments. People that are saying he's not racist for saying a racial slur, that know he's wrong, is saying it, then I don't understand. Don't forget the fact that he's an adult. Hunter, yes, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, this dude is a grown adult saying the N-word like he's a little kid who isn't thinking any better. No, he's a grown adult. He knows what's gonna happen. He knows that people are gonna get upset. You know, and I'm not talking about the internet freaking out. I'm talking about, like, me personally sitting there being like, why would he say that word, man? Like, let's say I love PewDiePie and I'm watching his content. I'm like, dude, this is such a good stream. I'm so happy. And then he says the N-word. And I'm like, whoa, right? Like, let's say some dude the other day just called me the N-word walking down the street because he hated me or because he was just trying to be mean. Now PewDiePie says it. That's messed up to me. I'm just saying, that's messed up. I think that's messed up. The Hunter says, I don't think Chain remembers I'm Expo marker. I know, bro, Hunter, you're Expo? I messed up. Adrian said I just said random stuff. Sorry. Assassin said, not in real life. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sorry. PewDiePie wasn't trying to hurt the dude's feelings over PUBG because of his race. He didn't know the race he was. Oh, Meow Cow. I love the name, by the way. I do remember you, actually. I think I remember your name. No, that's my point isn't the fact that he's actually trying to hurt the person on the screen. He can't, right? PewDiePie's not talking to anyone on the other side, right? He's just trying to get his anger out. And the way he's trying to get his anger out is by saying a racial slur because he knows that hurts people. So he's saying very hurtful things at a screen to make himself feel better, but the hurtful word he chose was a word that would only offend a specific type of people, right? And that's my point. I know he's not trying to hurt someone because he can't, but he's instead doing it, just in general, right? If I'm playing Destiny and I die, and I'm just playing by myself, I have no mic on or anything, and I say the F word and I throw it all over the place, right? I'm just mad. But if I start saying, you terrible person, you awful person, I'm just gonna start saying all these terrible things about someone's random race, maybe a random ethnicity in there. Let's just throw in some, racial slurs, some ethnic slurs, some gender slurs, some sexual, things. You're trying to offend someone who you can't even talk to, which I think is even worse, right? If you're yelling at someone on the other side of the screen, first of all, you're probably not a good gamer, right? Because you should be yelling at yourself trying to think of how you can win. But that's not what's happening, right? I just think that's crazy. I also just want to let you guys know that, again, if it seems like some people, just imagine he was like, oh, the Hunter. Okay, I'll let you say that, Hunter. Yeah, I just think it's crazy. Let's see. I'm trying to read through things. That makes sense. Meowcat says, that makes sense. I've said some mean things at my screen when I'm mad at video games, never at someone, and never something like a racial slur. Thank you, Meowcat. That's my point. Like, why would you say that? Unless you've said it before, or unless you've thought about it before. That's just kind of my point, is like, what made you say that? What made you sit there and decide, oh, I think I'm going to say this word now? Unless you've been like, I know this hurts people, so I'll say it. Even if I can't actually hurt someone, even though I said it on a live stream with tons of people. People are talking about me remembering who they are, in like BCL and stuff. It's confusing, guys. Like, I'm sorry. Sometimes it gets very difficult to, read stuff. Remember people's YouTube name and stuff like that. Let's just all agree he says it daily on the low. Hunter. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. Lens, I actually think I do remember that you were XX Hunter. It's all just difficult though, so I'm just gonna call you by your YouTube name. You guys should just change your YouTube names. I think that would make it a lot easier. Assassin says agreed. Yeah, I'm just, hold on. Chain, you're great. Love ya. I'm out. All right, peace out, go. But yeah, guys, I think we can probably die down on the stream. We'll probably end it in a couple minutes. I just wanted to, get in front of you guys and tell you guys about my own thoughts, my own opinions, and hear yours as well. So I'm glad we were able to. I'm glad that we were able to just kind of chat and, just talk about things. I just think there are, people say things that are mean, and I think that's messed up. How do you feel about Nibba? I don't know what that is. I thought people were just saying that as a way to get around it. If someone called me that, I would be like, you're still dumb. But I don't know if I actually have a feeling on it. Let's all agree that Hunter is wrong, and maybe it might have slipped out. It was a one-time thing. I don't know. Oh, Mayoki, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Was it a one-time thing? I think it was a one-time thing on camera. I don't think it was a one-time thing in his life. But I don't know either. I don't know. And I'm not trying to judge him on that specifically. I'm trying to judge him based on this one action. My best friends, I had one, I'll tell you a story. Story time! Story time. So one of my best friends, his name is Josh. I don't have to tell the rest of his name, but one of my best friends, his name is Josh. He's white. One of my best friends since high school. We don't talk that much anymore, and that's mostly because we live in different places. He doesn't play video games, and I do. I go to work, and then I play video games. I make content around video games. So we don't really have that much in common. We both sing, though. We both like the same music, and we grew up together in high school. Literally, I love that guy. He's one of my best friends still, even though we're not as close as we used to be, which makes me really sad. But really like this guy. He's one of my best friends, and I really care a lot about him. And one time he said the N-word. We did theater together. In high school, and one time we were just sitting down waiting for practice and rehearsal, and we're just chatting, and he literally looks at me and he goes, I was like, yeah, man, something, blah, 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 and he was like, yeah, you my N-word. And I was like, what? And he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, and then runs, because he knew he wasn't supposed to say that. And I'm not saying white people can't say it, I'm just saying, why would you say it to me, right? Why would you say it to me? You know that I don't like it. You know that I have a problem with it. And he just runs, and I run after him. And one of my black friends goes, "Why is Josh running? Why are you running after him?" I was like, "He just said the N-word." And he was like, "Oh!" And I just ran after him, and I cornered him in the dressing room. And I was like, "What did you say?" And he was like, "No, I'm so sorry." And he just starts freaking out. He's like, "I'm so sorry. I literally have no idea where that came from." And he apologized, and I told him it was cool because he's one of my best friends, and I know he didn't mean it in a mean way. And he said it with the A, and I know some people think it's different, some people don't. It was if you say my N-word with an A at the end and you're joking, I will definitely feel more inclined to forgive you quicker because you're trying to do it in a friendly way comparatively to you if you end it in an ER. If you say the N-word, you're like, you're trying to be mean. My friend wasn't trying to be mean. He wasn't like, he was like, you my, like he was like, and even that has a weird connotation because when you say you my, it makes me think of slavery and stuff. But like, again, I'm not actually trying to go that deep into it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like when someone says you are a, or you're a, right? You're pointing at someone saying you're terrible, right? And so, look, I'm not trying to say, I'm not saying it hasn't slipped out. For my friend Josh, he used to hang out with the same people I used to hang out, and there are black people all over the place saying, the N-word with A at the end, right? And so he probably thought, and he was probably listening to music, and for some reason it popped into his head, and he said it. I don't know if that means he said it beforehand or not. He looked uncomfortable when he said it. He sounded like an idiot. And so I don't think he had said it before. Maybe he has said it before to his friends and stuff like that. But again, he was one of my best friends. So I gave him a pass on that. Not even a pass. Not a pass. What am I going to do? Kill him? No. He's my best friend. I was like, I forgive you. I don't like it, but I forgive you. And it's fine. We moved on. I don't know PewDiePie like that. And he said ER. He said ER. He was trying to be mean. I'm like, okay, PewDiePie, don't even worry about it, man. You weren't trying to be mean. Oh, you were trying to be mean. You're a terrible person. That was messed up. So like people who are saying like he just slipped up. Yeah, he slipped up and said something terrible. he slipped up and said something terrible. That's like being like, it's just messed up. That's just messed up. Let's see. In my school, this white kid and his girlfriend were giving me beef with me and my friend. And this white kid called Jimmy almost called my black friend the N-word. Oh boy, I lived in the hood for 6 years, pretty used to hearing the word. Yeah, no, Lindsay, I feel you, dog. Like, that kind of stuff is like, I grew up early in the hood. I grew up like when I was real young, elementary school in the hood. And I also have a lot of friends that grew up in the hood when I went to college. And so I was always around the N-word during those times. In middle school, I moved around a lot. But in high school, there was a group of black people that you would use the N-word a lot. And so I've always heard it, but I never really said it. My family never really said it again. The only time we would use it is in conversation to talk about the word, if it was okay or not and all that stuff. So I totally feel you, on that one, homie. Let's see. Assassin says he practices in the morning, or he practices in the mirror that same morning. Like that's that kind of stuff I think is crazy. Like you just hear him say that, I was like, bro, you practice that. You've been saying that for a long time. In some ways, I think it's funny. I watched it and I was like, this dude said that so fast, so hard. You know, this dude says this on a daily basis. Like it's kind of funny. It's kind of comical. Funny because it's so messed up. That's what's funny about it. That's what's crazy. It's like Django. Have you guys ever seen Django with a D in the front? Or Get Out? Those are two black movies, movies about like black people and slavery and racism and stuff like that. That stuff is funny. It's messed up, but it's funny. Get Out is so funny because it's so real. And I'm not the one that has to go through it. Like Django is funny because Quentin Tarantino is like, let's take a really intense, deep topic and throw some satire in there, make fun of some things. But when the Mandingo fighting happens, if you guys seen that scene, that's not funny. Like there are a lot of scenes in there that aren't funny. Anyway, Hunter said I couldn't resist Chaingear. I didn't see you say anything, Hunter. So if you said something racist, I didn't say it. What else? Hidden. Hidden. What's up? Good. Hidden Saint. I see that you're in here. What's good? But everybody has a different view, and you just gotta put some respect on that. Adrian, yeah, everybody's got a different view, and you should respect everybody's view, right? You should just. I'm not saying you gotta tiptoe around things, but you shouldn't have to tiptoe around the N-word. You just gotta avoid it. Unless you're with you and your friends. If you're with you and your friends and you say it, I don't care. If you don't say it publicly because it may offend me, and that's a deep word. There's a reason why maybe you shouldn't say that. I'm not one of those people that gets offended by everything. If you say that fat something, I'm an overweight dude. I'm not super overweight, but I've got weight issues. I'm not gonna get super offended if PewDiePie said something about that dude being fat. If he was like, man, you're probably fat and you live in your mom's basement. I don't live in my mom's basement. I have my own place. But if I did, I might be like, oh, man. But I'm not going to be like, he's really mean and offended me. I got problems if I'm fat and living in my mom's basement. I got problems. I need to fix that. Being black isn't a problem. It's something I live with every day. I have to. I can't change that. And I'm not saying that he should say, and I'm not saying he should say anything about fat people either. But let's see. Assassin says, I'm still in the hood. Assassin, I know you in the hood. You gotta be safe, man. Oh, my Oki says, no, you wasn't stop acting hard, bro. I don't know if you're talking about me or if you're talking about Oh, my Oki or Lindsay. Woo. The Hunter. Yeah, that has a really racial you should probably look up the origin of the word Mandingo, just FYI. Chain, you forgot about 9/11. Today is 9/11, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of videos I watched on people like remembering 9/11 and things like that. How old was I during 9/11? I don't remember. I remember it happening, but like not really. Terrorist attacks are messed up, but there's so many things going on right now. I don't really know. I don't have time to remember 9/11. No offense. There's so many terrible things happening. All I can do is try the best for me. You know what I'm saying? The world would be honestly so boring without black people. Hey, Lindsay, I'm with you, bro. We brought so much culture to this land. I'm just playing. I agree with you, but things are crazy, man. Just think back. Look into a history book. Google it. Google when slavery happened. Then Google when segregation happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff wasn't that long ago. I know it may feel like a long time ago, but just look at the history of things. Really not that long ago. Really wasn't. Just Google it, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, crazy. Show. Adrian, you're using a lot of curse words, so my chat keeps trying to cut you out. So just chill on the curse words. I don't understand how you could insult someone because of their ethnicity, culture, like the F. They didn't choose to be that. I completely agree with you, Adrian. Why are you trying to make fun of somebody because of something they can't change? You know what I'm saying? That's messed up. That pisses me off. But real talk, try not to, anybody who's like using curse words, it keeps trying to censor you. So me and like Assassin are like, we have to like say yes or no. So it's kind of tough. Like, we're all people trying to survive in this world. I'm with you, bro. We're just trying to enjoy it, right? We're all playing video games. We're not trying to survive. We're trying to have fun. We're trying to enjoy our time. I just think people have issues. If you're playing a game, you need to learn how to play a game. And if you're playing competitively, you need to learn how to play competitively with nice habits. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if there was an MLG match, or imagine if there was a pro CSGO tournament, and like some dude gets killed and he gets up and he's just like, you N-word. That dude would be gone. Like, that's crazy. You can't be saying that kind of stuff. It's just crazy. Anyway, Adrian says, sorry, it's a sensitive topic. No, Adrian, real talk, it is a sensitive topic, right? This is sensitive, and people will say you're too sensitive. Man, I am not that sensitive, okay? I've been through this stuff. I am not sensitive. I mean, I'm sensitive on some things. People hurt my feelings, but I get over it. I deal with it. Omayoki says, I'm still superior than Hunter. I would honestly start laughing due to how crazy that would be. Crazy what would be? Adrian says, when I say the people trying to survive, I mean people trying to make money and stuff. Yeah, I completely agree with you. What? Chain, can I get mod for a quick minute? I just want to send in the link. The link for what? I'm not sending you. No, you can't send no links. This is my chat. I'm just playing. Lindsay, if you want to send links, I recommend doing it in the Discord. My Discord, which is in the description below if you guys want to join it. So feel free. But you can't do it on this chat. Hunter says, I still laugh if someone calls me an N-word, but it's the way they say it that pisses me off. Yeah, no, I'm with you, bro. I'm completely with you. Chain says, Hunter booty, please. What? Hunter booty, please? That's some weird stuff, bro. Chain knows I'm a goat. Oh, please say Hunter is booty like he sucks. No, dude, Chain's dope. I mean, Hunter's dope, Chain's dope. Let's just about racist stuff in history. What? I don't understand. Okay, guys, we've been chatting for like 45 minutes. I don't think we really need to like keep diving in about this stuff anymore. If you guys have anything else you want to chat about, let me know in the comment section below after this chat ends. So, feel free to do that. Also, just random, just wanted to mention, you guys, now I have a super chat, which is a little crazy to me. So if you guys don't know, like, super chat is like a way to basically give me money, which, real talk, I do not need. I mean, it's always nice. Lindsay, what are you trying to send, bro? But I do have super chat. Basically, if you click super chat, it's the money symbol. If you click on it, you can send a super chat. And you can basically you send a line, and but you also pay for it, which is a little weird. I don't know. It makes me a little uncomfortable. But if people want to, that's cool. I appreciate it. I'll probably do a video on it. I do want to mention that if I could do YouTube full time, guys, for you, I totally would. But I can't. I work 12. No, I'm just kidding. I work 8, sometimes 10 hours a day, and I try not to. Okay, fine, Lindsay. I'll let you post it. This better not be something crazy, Lindsay. I'm gonna go to the link right now just to check it. See, man, I don't know what you posting, man. I don't know what you posting. Remove, Lindsay. I don't know what this is. Anyway, Lindsay says, why black people are awesome. I think Hunter is better. What? Anyway, guys, thanks so much for listening to me rant. Thanks so much for listening to me chat. Real talk, though, in the comments, hit me up with any thoughts you guys have. If you guys were thinking about this tonight before you go to sleep, or if you guys think about it tomorrow morning, feel free to come to the chat and just chill and just talk. So other than that, guys, I will see you later. It's funny, I don't actually have like a scene that I can switch to that is like my... Ooh, hold on real quick. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something that I hope is cool. We'll see, obviously, but I don't know if it is. I'm going to add an image. I don't know. I'll have to do this later. I have to create an end slide to like say goodbye and let you guys still chat a little bit and then leave. But I'm actually just going to kill the video But I guess I could try and find an image real quick and find my Chaingear wallpaper. Fun fact, guys, I do have a wallpaper. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but I do. You guys want a wallpaper of Chaingear Gaming? It's kind of cool. You don't have to. You can say no. I won't. My feelings won't get hurt. This is definitely the end of the stream, though, guys. Again, I appreciate you guys so much for coming in and hanging out. We'll probably do this more because I like this. Here is my... See if this actually shows up. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Feel free to just hang out and chill if you guys want. Otherwise, I'll see you guys online. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.